Hey, good morning. Before you start your math assignment this morning, I wanted to review some things about lines and what they are. You just watched a video on Number Rock that talked about parallel, perpendicular, and intersecting lines. But I also need to review a couple of other types of lines that we have because we have not talked about them for a long time. Now, the first thing I'm going to talk to you about is an endpoint. Okay, an endpoint. Well, let's get that focused here. There we go. An endpoint is not a line, but it's part of what makes some of the lines we're going to talk about. So an endpoint is a point that marks the end of a ray. A ray is one kind of line we're going to look at, or a line segment. A line segment is the other type of line we're going to look at. Okay, so this is an endpoint. See that little point right there? It's just like the dots that we make on like our fractions and stuff, except for this one is going to show us where something stops or starts. All right, so this is an endpoint, and that's important to know because it will help us know what a line segment is, which is our next thing. Okay, line segments. Line segments are part of a line that is bounded by two endpoints. So do you see how this has a line here, and then we've got the two endpoints right here? That means that's all the bigger or smaller that line is going to get. Okay, it can't get any bigger, it can't get any smaller because these two endpoints, they stop it. So a line segment can be going any direction. Okay, it can be going this way, it can be going this way, it can be going this way, but it's not ever going to go any further than those two lines. So a line segment is just a piece of a line, all right? The next one is a ray. Not an array like in multiplication, but a ray. That's a kind of a line. So a ray is a part of a line that has one endpoint and it extends in one direction without ending. So a ray has a dot, and then it has, which is an endpoint, right? And then it's going to have a line extending out from that endpoint, and it will go forever in this direction. A ray can go all different directions, okay? It can go down, it can go sideways, it can go across, but a ray will always have an endpoint at one end and then a continuing line on the other. Okay. Now, I don't know why they did not have a card for this one, but a line. Okay, a line doesn't have endpoints. A line has an arrow at each end, which shows that it goes forever. Okay, never stops. If you want it to stop, you have to put an endpoint. A line can go this way. A line can go this way. A line can go this way. They can go all different directions, but a line is always going to have the two arrows at each end with no end point. All right? Now, to the lines that you learned about today in the Number Rock song, which are pretty fun. Okay, so we've got parallel lines. Okay, what did it say in the song? Parallel lines never meet. And a clue for a parallel line, if you can't remember what it is if you see these two L's, if they just keep going like this, if they had arrows on each end and they were lines, and they just kept going and going and going forever, they're never going to touch, right? Parallel lines never meet. So that gives you a hint, because those L's, if they were lines, are never going to meet. Parallel lines go the same distance apart from one another, and they never touch. So a parallel line could go this way. Okay. These are parallel line segments because they've got endpoints, right? Parallel lines are going to have your arrows. They could go this way. Okay. They can go this way. As long as they're straight lines that go in the same direction forever and ever. Now, are my lines exactly straight? Nope. But you know what I mean. Okay? They can go any way like that. Those are all parallel lines. Parallel lines never meet. I'm a terrible singer. Okay, the next one you learned about was intersecting lines. Okay, and what did it say about intersecting lines? Intersecting lines make V's. See how we have all these V's here? V, 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 right? So we're going to make V's with our intersecting lines. Okay, maybe we'd have one that's skinny like this. Okay, maybe we have one that looks like this. But the point is that they are crossing each other. They go across. Our parallel lines make V's. There's my V, 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 V. Okay. Last one, perpendicular lines meet at 90 degrees. Put your hands in the air with me, right? Here's perpendicular lines. Okay, what's special about perpendicular lines is we usually have one line that is going straight across horizontally and one line that is going straight vertically. That makes a perfectly square angle at 90 degrees, okay? Perpendicular lines do not cross each other. Okay, they're gonna go, we could have one like this, and here's our 90-degree angle, okay? They meet at 90 degrees right here. They can go like this. And here's my 90 degrees. They can go like this. Here's my 90 degrees. Okay, let's do a little practice. We're going to practice with the boom cards that I put on as an optional for your assignment today. And let's see. All right, do this with me. What type of line is shown below? Okay, does it cross? No. Could it cross if their lines were going both ways? Yes, so it can't be parallel. And look at this little square right here. This means we have a 90-degree angle. So this is going to be a perpendicular line, right? What type of line is shown below? Ooh, I'm seeing some what's here, people? V's. What kind of lines make V's? Intersecting. Now, if these lines were to go on and on forever, are they ever going to cross? What do they remind you of? They remind me of these two L's in parallel. So what kind of lines are these? They are parallel. Okay, I'm going to stop there and you can finish the boom cards if you want to later. Okay, hopefully this helped with the types of lines and with your assignment today. Okay, see you tomorrow when we talk about angles.